The shadow in the dust, a lonely arrival. Oakhaven was a quiet village nestled in the heart of the countryside. Life moved slowly there, like a gentle stream meandering through the fields. Then one day a dog came. No one knew this dog, it was a stranger to all. It arrived one morning under a pale early sun casting long shadows on the cobblestone streets. It was small, and it was so very alone, a solitary figure in the morning light. A little shadow, lost in a new, unfamiliar place, searching for something, anything. The villagers watched from behind their curtains, wondering who this newcomer was. The dog was in a poor state, clearly having seen better days. So thin you could see its ribs clearly, a stark contrast to the well-fed pets of the village. Its fur was matted, full of dirt and burrs, a testament to its long journey. It looked tired, a deep, weary exhaustion in its eyes, as if it had been wandering for days. It walked with a painful limp, each step a reminder of its struggles. Each step seemed a struggle, a battle against its own frail body. It searched for scraps of food, for anything to eat, for a safe place to rest its weary head, but found little comfort. The village was quiet about the dog at first, unsure of what to do. Villagers saw it, of course, from their warm kitchens, from their neat gardens, whispering amongst themselves. They whispered to each other, a stray, they said, a lost soul in need of help. Whispers and worries, a village observes. The village of Oakhaven was abuzz with murmurs and hushed conversations. The little dog was often seen near the village bakery, sniffing the warm air, the sweet smell of fresh bread. It seemed to find comfort in the aroma. It was seen near the schoolyard, watching the children play. Their laughter echoed through the air, a stark contrast to the dog's lonely presence. But always, it watched from a distance, always wary. It never dared to come too close. Its tail was always tucked low between its legs, a sign of its nervousness and fear. It was like a ghost, a fleeting shape in the corner of your eye. Villagers had mixed feelings about its presence. Some felt a pang of pity. They saw a creature in need. That poor creature, they would sigh, feeling a tug at their hearts. Others felt a sense of fear. The unknown always brings apprehension. What if it bites someone? They wondered. Their worries were not unfounded. What if it carries diseases? The village was divided. Opinions clashed. The children of Oakhaven were different. They saw beyond the fears of the adults. They saw a dog, not a problem, not a threat. To them, it was a potential friend, just a dog that needed a friend. Their innocence brought a different perspective. Yet, the dog did not leave Oakhaven. It stayed, finding a place in the heart of the village. A single bowl of water. The Thaw Begins. This is the story of how a simple act of kindness can ripple through a community. The turning point came on a hot summer afternoon. Old Mrs. Gable, a woman known for her quiet demeanor. She lived by herself at the edge of the village in a small, modest house. She had watched the dog for many days, observing its movements and struggles. She saw its desperate thirst, its tired, sagging body, and the way it wandered aimlessly. Her heart ached for it, feeling a deep sense of empathy and sorrow. One sweltering day, she decided enough was enough. She couldn't bear to see the dog suffer any longer. This small, simple act, it would change everything. It was a gesture of hope and compassion, for the dog and for Oakhaven, the village that had grown indifferent. She took out an old bowl, one that had been unused for years. She filled it with fresh, cool water, clear and inviting, a small oasis in the heat. She placed it carefully near her garden gate, hoping the dog would find it. Then she went back inside, her heart pounding with anticipation. She watched from her window, hidden behind the lace curtain, her eyes fixed on the bowl. The dog approached, ever so slowly, its movements cautious and deliberate. It looked left, it looked right, so cautious, so unsure, as if it couldn't believe its luck. Then, it drank, a long, deep drink, as if it had been thirsty forever, savoring every drop. It was a start, a very small start, but a start nonetheless. Mr. Henderson, the village butcher, saw. He had been watching from across the street. He saw Mrs. Gable's kind act and it moved him. He saw the dog drinking the water, its tail wagging slightly. The next day he did something too. He decided to contribute in his own way. He left a small bone just outside his shop, a gesture of goodwill. Other people saw these acts, and they began to take notice. Small gestures, like ripples in a pond, spreading outwards, touching more lives. The dog was still shy, of course, but it had found a small measure of trust. Section 4, Rusty's New Dawn, Weaving Hearts Together. The children started it. The naming of the dog. "He looks a bit rusty," young Tim declared one afternoon. His once dark fur had a reddish-brown hue from the sun and the neglect, like old weathered metal. The name stuck. Rusty. It was a good name, a friendly name. He was not just the stray or the dog anymore, he was Rusty. He had an identity. He was becoming one of them. He belonged. Rusty soon developed a daily routine. He knew his friends now. He would visit Mrs. Gable for fresh water and a gentle scratch behind the ears. He would get a tasty treat from Mr. Henderson. Section 5, The Echo of a Bark, A Legacy of Love. Rusty grew old in Oak Haven. He was loved. He was deeply cared for every single day, until his very last day. But his story did not end there. It lived on. The village was different now. It was kinder. It was more connected. People knew their neighbors better. They talked more. They helped each other more. All because of a little stray dog. A dog named Rusty. Before Rusty arrived, people were often busy, lost in their own lives, their own routines. Rusty made them stop.